According to research, about half of the population of our planet Earth are carriers of fungi. And everything would be fine, because the immunity of a healthy person copes quite well with pathogenic organisms. But the problem is that some fungi, unfortunately, sometimes manage to dig in securely and gain a foothold. And the fungus affects not only our skin or nails, but also affects internal organs. Where does this fungus come from? It can enter our body, for example, with food, with breathing, that is, with dust, of course sexually. Or even as a result of using other people's things, that is, contact. And I must say that the fungus is not just a cosmetic defect. The fact is that in the human body, which is infected with a fungal infection, toxic toxins can accumulate, which with the blood flow can already spread throughout the body to other organs. And what can be done about it? Of course, if a serious illness has already happened, then it is necessary to contact a specialist. But it's also worth knowing about prevention, because prevention is our everything. In this video, I have collected basic information about what you need to know, as well as the main measures that need to be taken, and the products that need to be eaten. So watch the video to the end, it will be very interesting and useful. So, let's go. By the way, friends, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell too, do not miss my new products. So, what are the main symptoms of fungal lesions? The first and most noticeable is a fungal lesion of the legs. It begins with peeling and dryness of the feet. It may also bother itching, redness between the fingers, and bubbles may also form. Also, the fungus can also affect the toenails, of course. They can change their shape, begin to crumble, crack, thicken, split into layers. And the most insidious thing is that the fungus spores on the nails can live up to several years. Another symptom of the lesion is a manifestation on our skin, on the face, hands, feet, and other open areas, in the form of a red, ring-shaped rash. It can also be stomatitis, the appearance of a white plaque on the mucous membrane of our mouth. Of course, the famous thrush, which can be accompanied by itching and discharge. And I must say that these are the most obvious symptoms that are immediately noticeable to the naked eye. And what is your prevention, and how can this be countered? First of all, if you visit any public baths, showers, swimming pools, never go there barefoot. That's literally not in any case. Always wear flip-flops or slippers. Moreover, it is not even recommended to hang a towel on the hook with which you will wipe your naked body, because the fungus can be found not only on the ground, but also on the walls. If it's a wet sauna, a shower room, after all, it's a hotbed of fungal infections. Now, if you dropped your underpants on this wet floor, would you put them on? Well, someone may have become, for example, I would not. And now imagine with a towel, it also comes into contact directly with the wall, which is also wet, and which may also be in the fungus. And then we wipe our body with it. Therefore, it is optimal, of course, to put a towel in a bag, and hang the bag on a hook, or keep it in a clean, dry locker room. It is also necessary to treat any wounds and lesions on the skin with disinfection, that is, either with an antiseptic, or with an alcohol napkin, or wash with soap. When buying shoes, you should give preference to natural materials. Leather, fabric or suede, because synthetic materials can serve as a breeding ground for fungal infections. You should definitely remember about hygiene. Someone does not need to be reminded of this, but someone needs to. Wash regularly. Do not wear other people's clothes, other people's socks and other people's slippers. Do not use other people's towels, much less someone else's washcloths. A washcloth is generally a breeding ground for bacteria. And also do not use other people's combs. Let's move on. The next point is our nutrition to counteract and prevent fungal infections. Of course, our nutrition greatly affects the ability of our immune system to resist pathogens. What should be included in our diet? First of all, it's garlic. Because garlic is a plant that contains allicin, it is a very effective antifungal agent. About garlic in general, it is often said that it is an excellent booster of our immunity. So, if you eat 1 clove of garlic a day, it will be a very good prevention of infections. The next item is cinnamon and cloves. They also have very good antifungal properties. Clove oil can even be used topically, applying to the affected areas. The next product is ginger root, and it strengthens our immune system very well and also has an antifungal effect. One of the very good ways to use ginger root is to brew tea with it. Well, formally, it may not even be tea, but a ginger drink, when we just grate ginger, brew it in boiling water, and add some ingredients to taste, maybe berries, honey and so on. It turns out to be a very tasty and healthy drink. The next product is carrot juice, and it works very well with fungus in the area of our oral mucosa. Separately, it is worth mentioning about fermented milk products. Of course, high-quality fermented milk products have a very good effect on our immunity through the microflora. I must say that the microflora and healthy intestines provide up to 80% of our immune functions. Therefore, natural yogurts and natural kefirs are our allies. And of course vegetables. Sauerkraut will stand apart here, especially natural sauerkraut without additives, without sugar. Horseradish will also work very well, which stabilizes our defenses, which is useful for our immunity. And in general, many vegetables, both raw and boiled, will support the protective functions of our body. But what foods should be avoided on the contrary, especially if we already have a fungal infection that we are treating? So of course, first of all, we have alcohol, and second of all, we should give up sweet pastries and white bread. In general, it is better to give up bread altogether. As an exception, you can use yeast-free. It is also worth giving up sugar. Various cakes, candies, chocolates, cakes, ice cream. All this is very tasty, wonderful, but not very healthy, as for the whole body, and in case of fungal infection in particular. And vinegar, sauces and marinades should be minimized. Broccoli and Brussels sprouts will also help very well. The fact is that they contain a very good dose of sulfur and nitrogen compounds, and they, in turn, are very unfavorable for fungal infections. And one very important explanation, which I can't help but mention: do not self-medicate if the case is gaining serious momentum. Of course, you always need to contact a specialist to get qualified help, and the measures described here are very good for prevention, in order to avoid more severe consequences in the future. So a reasonable approach is needed in everything. By the way, friends, or maybe you have already had some experience of interacting with fungal infections, and you want to share it. Maybe you have something to tell. Be sure to share it in the comments, because this can turn out to be a very interesting discussion. And now I highly recommend you to watch my other video, where I talk about how to strengthen our immunity. These are 9 very effective ways. The thing is that our health and our susceptibility to various infections depend very much on our immunity. So this video will complement what I have been talking about here very well. The link to the video you just appeared on the screen, and I also left the link in the description and fixed it in the upper comment. By all means look at it, there is very useful information there. And if you like this video, then like and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you on that very video about strengthening immunity. See you later.